Welcome to the Southeastern Bow Hunter Podcast. This is the Southeastern Bow Hunter
All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Southeastern Bow Hunter Podcast. This episode is going to be kind of a recap of last week's TAC event with my buddies Kevin and Case from Second Amendment Outdoors. I would have got Josh and Jessica back on here, but they're working, and this was kind of a last minute thing. We threw this together this morning, and we had another guest that was scheduled, but some scheduling issues kind of got in the way of that. So no big deal. It's going to be a great episode with Kevin and Case, and we're just going to we're actually going to cover what TAC was like from, the Tennessee TAC that we all went to. We all shot together. We dropped the video on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't watched that yet, head over to the Southeastern Bow Hunter YouTube page and go like, subscribe, share it, all that other stuff. And yeah, man, it's going to be a great episode. It's been a while since Kevin's been on here, and Case is a new member of the Second Amendment Outdoors family. So we're going to get to know him a little bit better, and I'm really looking forward to it. So before we get into it with the boys, you guys know we have to do the partners. So I'm going to run through these kind of quick. The podcast is brought to you by Sportsman's Empire. That is the network that we are under, been under them for a couple of months. And they are it's just a whole group of really, really good podcasts that my buddy Dan Johnson runs. And I mean, there's some really great shows on that network. So if you want to go support them, go help them out. It helps us as well. Let's see. Next up, Lone Wolf Custom Gear. So this year I'm going to be working with Lone Wolf Custom Gear. In my opinion, one of the best tree stand companies that are out there. The stuff that they have made and have been making is pretty much a staple. Like half the stuff that we have on all the other tree stands, Andre created or patented, or however you want to put it. This year I'm going to be running the V2 doubles. I've got three of the V2 double sticks, and I'll also be running the 0.75 DeQuisto series stand. I have compared those sticks in the stand to other sticks and stands that I have, and I can tell you that the quality is completely night and day. So if you guys want to upgrade your tree stand game, head over to Lone Wolf Custom Gear. Go look at all that they have. They have the entire DeQuisto series. Then they have the Patriot series, which is their more affordable budget stands, but the quality is still just as good. So yeah, Lone Wolf Custom Gear. I can't wait to get that stuff in the woods, man. It's gonna be so much fun. I've been practicing with it. Playing around with the new buckleless strap system, and I absolutely love it. Let's see. Next up, Osseo Gear. So Osseo Gear is a camo brand that we've been working with for quite a few years. They are going to be involved in this year's bow shoot giveaway. All right, I talked with Wells. We are going to be giving away a $300 gift card to someone, so you can go get whatever you need from Osseo. And let's just say you don't win the gift card, that's all right. We still have a code for you, along with all the other partners. All the codes and links to the websites are down in the description below. But those codes will save you some money. And I personally think that if you're in Georgia or really just anywhere, get one of those leafy jackets, the leafy early season jacket. I have played with that for about a month now, and dude, I'm going to be completely concealed. It's going to be an amazing addition to what I've already been using. So, Osseo Gear, I've been trusting them for a few years, and I think you should too. Let's see. Next up, Boutique, best arrow wraps in the game, hands down. G5 Outdoors. I'll be running the Mega Meat this year. Once again, they also have, if you're a two blade guy, they have the T2. If you want something a little bit smaller, but that will still penetrate well and create a really big cut like the Mega Meat, Dead Meat V2 is the way to go. And if you're a fixed blade guy, they have you on the Montech, Striker, and Striker V2. I'm sorry, Striker X and Striker V2. Next up is gonna be Prime Archery. So if you're watching the video, you can see my bow behind me. That Prime Divide 31 absolutely outperformed what I expected myself to do at TAC this year. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't seen the video yet, I want to say I missed like 2 targets, and that was mainly because I was shooting for the head. And I'm not a great shot, but that bow helped me stay extremely stable. It's the best bow that I have, I think, ever shot. So if you guys are in the market for a new bow, we're in the middle of tax season. Deer season for us in Georgia is, let's see, we're in May, so we're 4 months out. Not a lot of time. So I would highly recommend go to your local bow shop or go to Ace Hardware and Social Circle and go shoot some primes, go see how they feel, and pick the one that's right for you. And remember, nothing aims like a prime. Let's see. Next up, dialed archery. So again, if you're watching the video, you can see my Lone Wolf custom gear proof. I've done a little bit of work to it. I've done some, I'm not gonna say mods to it, but I've customized it myself. It's got an orange switch tape ring and now an orange void dial. I something about this bow with black and orange and then the Osseo camo all throughout. Dude, it is the nicest looking bow I've ever seen, and that dialed proof is such a great addition. Um, that proof performed flawlessly at TAC. Um, I was a little bit worried that I hadn't had everything sighted in correctly because sometimes I rush it, could be a yard or two off here and there. Nope, dude, everything was extremely dialed, no pun intended, and fantastic sight. If you don't want to move your sight, they also I saw Andre DeQuisto just got his own custom Lone Wolf. I think it was in the Scree or no, it was Slate or Scree. I can't remember. It's one of their color patterns, but he got a custom Lone Wolf Strike, which is the non-mover sight that Dial just came out with. I think earlier or later. It was either earlier this year or later last year, but it's the same exact thing as a proof. You just can't move it. Same quality, same everything, and it's a little bit more affordable for you guys that maybe don't want to drop a ton of money. But I'm telling you, I had a good buddy who was asking me about the proof, and he was like, "Man, I don't know if I can justify spending this much on a site." And I said, "Listen, yes, we live in Georgia and yes, we hunt in the southeast. We're not really taking long bomb shots. But if you ever go out west, you're going to want something that'll do that. And I can tell you without a doubt that proof will last you. I mean, honestly, I would say until you're done bow hunting. Like that's how well these things are made. So Dialed kills it every single time. If you need a new site, head over to dialedarchery.com and go customize your proof. Let's see. Next up, Moultrie cell cams. Stuff's been working great. Got some bucks on camera. Got the first fawn of the year on camera, so that was really exciting. Bow hunting league, some big stuff happening with those guys behind the scenes. The shirts are coming. I know it's taken a while, but the shirts are coming. And if you want to be a state sponsor, it's only $100 a year. Um, Especially if you're in Georgia, tell them that we sent you because that helps us out a lot. Let's see. Next up, Scrape Doctor doing the episode with James next week, so we're going to cover scrapes there. Victory Archery. I hope you guys really enjoyed last week's episode with Brandon, where we went into Victory and did a complete deep dive. And what's really funny, I just got to say this: there was a comment on YouTube. I don't really read comments much, but there was a comment on YouTube that this guy was like, "The host doesn't know," or what did he say? He was like, "The host has a lot to learn about archery." When I was talking about my wife shooting her bow the way that she shoots it. And he was saying that, she needs a left-handed bow and just all this stuff. And like, look, I hope he listens to this because I've told her, I think you should shoot left-handed. But I'm also not going to force her to do something she doesn't want to do. If she's capable, which Jessica is doing this now. All right. We are going to shoot our bows after I record this. Um, she is able to shoot a right-handed bow left-handed with no peep sight and be accurate, which if she's shooting her bow, I don't care how she does it. As long as she's not getting hurt, as long as she's not destroying anything, there's other people that can do this and that do this. And that's just what they're comfortable with. So look, it is what it is. He's right. I do have a lot to learn about archery, but um look, man, if it works, it works. So sorry, Victory. I kind of had to put that in there, but back to Victory. Um, yeah, man, that episode with Victory was great. My HLRs performed flawlessly. I think there was like one or two that the inserts came flying out. Um, which that's got nothing to do with Victory. That's just installation errors. But I was extremely pleased with how those HLRs performed at TAC. So if you guys are in the market for new arrows, my favorites are the HLRs, the RIP TKOs. But if you want something a little more sturdy, they got the RIP SS. I think there's one, the RIP XV is the lightest one that they have. And then you can also check out the new Rival and Rival X series that have come out as well. Let's see. Next up, Catalyst Archery, affordable, affordable stabilizers with top-notch quality. They're just as good as the stuff you're spending hundreds of dollars on. Um, Again, perform flawlessly at TAC. And last but not least, Unbound Archery. And I will tell you guys right now, those Unbound strings are tough, man. My bow on the first, you won't see this in the video, but on the first target, I set my bow down and, we're in Tennessee. We did the Jack Links course. It's not level. My bow fell, hit a rock in one spot, kind of frayed up the strings a little bit. But I'll tell you right now that that string is still just as good. And all I did was take a little bit of wax on it. I talked with Nick and I was like, hey, dude, am I going to need a new string or what? He's like, nah, dude, you're fine. Just put a tiny, tiny bit of wax because these strings don't need to be waxed. The Bloodline series does not take wax. Okay. So you never have to wax these. But he said just because it's fraying, you can go ahead and put it on there and everything's fine. You would never even know what happened. So, yeah, that's all the partners. Before we jump into it with the boys, I got to talk to you guys about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Man, he's been working in my life. I'll tell y'all a little quick story. So, for all of us in the South, I've been praying for everybody. And I try to pray for everybody all the time, every night or whatever. But uh, last, I think it was last night. Yeah, last night. There were some major storms coming through here. Okay, so and there was tornadoes. There was a big tornado down in Mississippi, and I remember watching this pretty much all day because I keep up with this stuff. And I remember before I put the girls to bed, before me and Jess got ready to go to bed, before the storms ever came, I'd already known about the tornado that dropped. So I just, I was outside, kind of double checking everything before we went to bed to make sure everything's good. And I I sent up a little prayer, and I was telling God, I was like, Lord, I know I still struggle with things on the daily and thank you for the grace that you've given me and I just pray that you watch over all of us and please don't let anybody lose their lives because of this storm, right? And I think at the time I was talking specifically about like our area, because we have a lot of people that do live around us, but I think generally too I was thinking like, man, just I hope nobody loses their lives. And as far as I know, there have been no deaths from the storm. Last night, we were supposed to get hammered with tornadoes and major, major storms. All we got was a little bit of thunder and rain. So, to me, that is an answered prayer right there because it was looking really, really bad early on. And I guess the point of saying that is that, even in the storm, Jesus is with us, right? Um, even if he hadn't have done that, even if we did have tornadoes whipping around us or major storms or something like that, regardless of what you're going through, the Lord's going to be with you. It might not feel like it sometimes, right? I've had many times where I'm battling stuff and it feels like I'm all alone, but he is there. The reason he does that is because whatever we go through is meant to build us up, is meant to strengthen us for maybe some stuff down the road or something that's, coming that's worse, or maybe just strengthen us as a person. And his love for us is unmatched. There's really no words I can put to it. So, um, yeah, for those of you that maybe don't know who he is, I really think that you should give Jesus a shot because he's changed my life and I know he can change your life too. He will if you let him. Um, so that's my preacher moment. Story time's over. Kevin and Case are waiting. I just got the text saying they were ready. So let's jump into it with Kevin and Case from Second Amendment Outdoors. Boys from TAC this past weekend. Some of my buddies, Case and Kevin from Second Amendment Outdoors. It's been a minute since Kevin's been on here. Case, you're new to all of this, but man, I first off, thank you guys for doing this last second. Um, I said in the intro, I had a guest plan this week, and then some stuff kind of happened with the schedules that it just didn't work out. Case actually mentioned to me, what was it, like Monday or Tuesday, about us doing a recap podcast. And even though Josh and Jessica couldn't be here, you guys are more than available for me, so I do appreciate that. What's up? Kevin, you've been running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Case, I guess you just kind of been hanging out at the shop. I mean, what have y'all been up to, man?
Well, I mean, here it's been crazy. We've actually sold 3 bows in the past 2 days.
Oh, wow.
We've been cranking them out, a couple of special orders too. We've been just flat out ever since we got back from TAC. This morning was like one of my days off, and I ended up running all over the place trying to catch up and play catch up. And then I ended up down here setting this up. And, this is the fun part of the job, though. This is the part we have fun with.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like those days off, man, they're never actual days off. Even my Saturdays and Sundays. I've been telling Jess for like a week and a half now. It's like, dude, we need a day where we just don't do anything. We just hang out at
You
the
did.
house.
You came to TAC.
No, that's dude. So let me tell you guys, I want to get y'all's like thoughts on TAC, right? But I have to tell y'all a little bit of the backstory behind the scenes that I wasn't really at least maybe I don't know if I was saying anything about it, but TAC kicked my butt. And I mean, literally, all right, so before we got there, I had been dealing with some sort of like sinus issue or like I wasn't really feeling great. I wasn't 100%. right? But
Oh, you did well for it.
Yeah.
do what?
We couldn't see that, man. You were doing really well.
Oh, well, it on the inside, I was screaming.
Okay.
It was bad, dude. Like, something was going on with my sinuses. So when we got up there, I had already used like a crap ton of nasal spray because I just couldn't breathe. I actually found out I've been using it wrong the whole time. My mother taught me how to do it wrong. All right. So she used to tell me spray, and just take it back, right? Like, like sniff as hard as you can. And so I've been doing that my entire life. And then Jessica, I think that day on the way back, actually was like, that's not how you do it, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? Dude, I'm complaining. It literally all day felt like somebody was stabbing me in the sinuses and I couldn't breathe. No matter how many times I used it, I could not breathe. And eventually it got to the point that I'm like, dude, I'm going to be walking around with dang blood running out of my nose. I keep doing this. And that's why I think like every shot that I heard you or Case or Josh be like, well, I hit this, Kevin hit this, you hit this, Eric killed it. I'm like, I don't see how. I feel like my eyes are crossed like every time I drew back. So I give that one to God. He was sending my arrows downrange for me. But yeah, dude, we're on the way home and I'm miserable, just absolutely miserable. I'm so tired. I'm in a lot of pain. And then Jessica tells me how to actually use nasal spray. Dude, I could hear angels sing. I could breathe. The pain was gone. But this is the crazy part. All right. So all of that happens, and we finally get home. And as soon as I got out of the Jeep, it's like my body was like, You're dead. Like, you're done. I had no energy. I started feeling feverish. I took a shower, felt even worse. Laid down. I was bundled up like a freaking Eskimo. Jessica had to hand feed me because I just couldn't move. I turn into a baby when I get sick. And I'm like, what is going on? I've never in my life been that tired from anything at all. And I thought I was
Well,
actually I thought I was getting sick.
that
Like,
was a heck of a climb now. We had a heck of a
yeah,
climb on the course.
yeah, that 650-foot vertical was that was the hardest course I've ever walked. It's not the hardest course I've ever shot, but it's definitely the hardest course I have ever walked. That was rough, man. Like, I was honestly a little bit mad at the TAC guys for making us do that because
They made us work for it, that's for sure, man.
oh God, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I would give up the vertical if it meant we could get at least 100-yard shot, because in Georgia, when we did Jack Links, there was 108-yard Sasquatch. So the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, it's worth it. It's fine. I'm good. My feet are killing me. My nose is killing me. Everything's killing me, but we're going to hit the 100-yard and that's going to be fun. I think the farthest shot we had was what, that 72-yard ram or something that was bedded down, or maybe
Yeah, it
the
was like
Bigfoot.
72, 75. It was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which good shot. It was fun, but it's like, dude, I want something a little more challenging,
Well, that's what they advertised though on the Jack Links was out to 75, but it was
Well,
more technical. It was
yeah.
like, as you see, we only had lanes and alleys to shoot through. Sometimes there were I don't know how they hang those vines perfectly across the vital section of those animals, but they do
Yeah.
it.
I don't know if you heard me, but I know I told Jess, I was like, I swear they hire somebody just to bring a bunch of trees and put them in the way. Like, they have to. Because some of the stuff, I'm like, especially when we were climbing that vertical, I'm like, dude, how? I know it's the mountains, but dang, man. Like, why? It can't be this hard. It cannot be this way. But apparently that's the way, God designed it. So it is what it is. It kicked my butt. I thought I was dying Sunday night, woke up Monday morning, in a horrible mood. I just was so tired. I literally feel like I slept for 2 days after that. I went to work, came home, crashed. Tuesday, went to work, came home, crashed. And now, yesterday and today, I finally feel a little bit better. But now my left knee is hurting me for God knows what reason. Like, I'm limping around like, a 80-year-old man. So, falling apart, boys. This might be my last podcast. Who knows?
Hey, hang in there. Hang in there.
Nah, I'll be fine. I'll be all right. It's just annoying, but yeah, that was my TAC experience. Jess had a great time. Um, she, y'all would get a kick out of this. So you remember how we were talking about her doing like trad?
Yeah.
So 2 nights ago, we're just hanging out. I think I just put Tiffany to bed. It's like damn near dark outside. And she goes, "Hey, you want to go shoot the bows?" And I look at her like, "What? Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't have a trad bow?" You don't want to shoot your other bow. So what are you talking about? She's like, no, 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 I'll shoot mine. Cause she's got that, it's hanging behind me. You can see it.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got that little blackout bow. And I'm like, are you going to shoot it right-handed or the way you want to do it? Like, how are we going to do this? And she was like, no, I'll shoot it the way that I'm comfortable. Buddy, let me tell you, 15 minutes in, that girl was not using the peep. She was shooting a right-handed bow left-handed, 45 pounds. And I mean, granted, it was, I think, 5 to 10 yards, but she was still hitting the target, like dead
Oh, yeah.
center. And I'm like, how are you doing this? I'm like, and I shot it that way because I never shot a bow left-handed. Kudos to her, man. There's no way. No way. I hit the target, but it was way left. Like way left.
Women's instinctual aim has always been better than men's. I
Yeah.
watch all the ones here in the shop, and their instinctual aim is so much better than men. They just get right after it with it for some reason. Their instinctual point of center, I would say, is more
Yeah.
spot on than most dudes.
It was really funny too, because I'd made the joke. I was like, you do understand once we get you, more comfortable drawing it back and uh, you know, out to distance, you're probably gonna outshoot me, right? And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, no, I promise you, there is something about women shooting bows that you guys, because and maybe I'm wrong, right? But I heard someone describe it this way that when guys shoot a bow, we're thinking about, okay, I don't want to look like an idiot in front of the boys. I want to hit it. There's this one spot. Like it's not a pride thing, but we want to do it right. When girls shoot, they just are like, okay, I'm just gonna put this pin here and I'm gonna hit it. And they hit it. And it's like, dude, she's gonna be better than me. I've been shooting for 6 years. So
Case brought his wife up here, and we set her up on a bow, and she was killing it. And I explained to him, I said, yeah, the thing about women is they take instruction,
yep.
they learn from instruction, and there's no ego involved. They just get right after it. They're not like, I'm worried I'm going to look weird in front of my buddies. No,
Yeah.
they don't care. They're going to do what you tell them, stand how you instruct them to, and off they rip with it.
Yeah, I'm excited. So the plan right now is practice as much as we can because she's asking me every night. She's like, hey, you want to go shoot? You want to go shoot? I'm like, God dang, girl. I was like, you're gonna wear me out because I don't even shoot that much anymore. I don't have to. At least I don't feel like I have to. And
Man, like you can't beat that feeling like coming home in the evening. Like Samantha, when I'll come home, she's wanting to go shoot the bows and stuff. So I grab the Hoyt. She's got we set her up in a little Bear Pristine. And dude, she at 10 yards now, she's smoking that thing.
yeah,
She's got about 15, 20 arrows in her. She's good, but like, man, it's just awesome to be out there and shooting together.
yeah, I've been bragging about her since that first night. Like I've told you guys, I've told Michael Perry, I think I told Scott from Dialed, I told Brandon with Victory. I'm telling everybody. And I told her that and she's like, well, don't hype me up too bad. I'm like, no, no, no. I'm not saying that you're out here shooting, 50 yards with no peep and doing it, Jimi Hendrix style, like shooting the bow almost backwards, right? I'm not doing that. No, excuse me. However, I am saying that 10 yards, great groups. You're stacking it. You're doing something that, I guarantee you not a lot of people can do. And I mean, I think it's pretty impressive to shoot a bow, that's supposed to be shot right-handed, left-handed with no peep, and she's hitting the dang target. Like to me, that's impressive as it gets, Once we start like today, we're gonna back up. I'm gonna try to get her out to 20, and we're gonna see. So hopefully no cats get hit because our cats love to hang out while we do it. But it's cool, man. So yeah, she will probably be shooting next year at TAC. And I'm gonna be bragging like crazy if she's able to sink them, anything past 20. Cause I know I couldn't do it. With no P, I'm spoiled, right? I gotta have everything that's on this bow. She's like, give me a pin, give me an arrow, give me a release, let's go. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to know, what'd you guys think of TAC over the weekend?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Sam next year for sure.
Okay, so they
Okay,
can both
good.
fill us up. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
can smoke us all.
maybe we don't video next year.
Well, hey, you do have to tell Jess we said thank you for all the videos and all the time she spent, pictures, videos. She was the videographer out there, and we really appreciate her doing it.
Dude, she
Dude,
was the freaking champ that day. For
I know.
real.
You should have
Kudos to
seen.
her.
She showed me the videos. It was either Monday or Tuesday night. I think it was Monday night. 120 videos that she took, and we watched every single one of them. And I repeatedly was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "You're a great videographer." There was a couple that were taken vertically, and
Yep.
I'm like, "Yeah,
Yep.
next time let's do horizontal because for YouTube it looks a lot better. Plus, you can actually zoom in better. I feel like, but
The horizontal ones were good for like teasers on
yeah,
TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's what I used. I used the ones where she turned them horizontally, and I used
yeah,
those as the teaser videos for the other social media platforms.
yeah. I was just blown away, man. Because like y'all have to understand, we've had arguments about hunting. There's been some dark times in the journey of getting to where we're at where she didn't understand it. She just
Right.
thought that hunting or shooting the bows was more important. And I'm like, it's really not like that. But now she got to experience it. And she's like, dude, I kept asking her, I was like, are you sure you had a good time? Are you sure? She's like, yeah, I had a blast. She's like, the only part that sucked was that vertical. I'm like, yeah, well, we all hated that. Like, that's not
But
anything new?
but Josh kept it light, man.
Oh God, that Billy Goat, man.
Josh and Case, I mean, the two of
Yeah,
them, we had
y'all,
that was
y'all were
like comic
impressive.
relief in itself.
Like, me and Josh, I really feel like we're two peas in a pod, man. Like it was like the brain cells just connected.
Brain cell, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Two halves of whole brain cells.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
man, you know.
Yeah, no, Josh the reason that I even go to that. Y'all know that, right? He's the one that got me into this.
Yeah.
Everything that I know came from him. And that dude right there, man, I'm gonna clip this and send it to him when I'm editing and be like, look, here's your flowers, buddy. I was like,
Yep.
you are the reason for all of this.
Here's a full
And
bouquet.
do what?
Here's a full bouquet.
Yeah, I would, dude. I'm telling you, I owe him so much, and he doesn't even know it because like him allowing me to get involved in this completely changed my life,
Yeah.
and that's why I always bring him. Like I will always bring Josh if he's able to go, he will be with me to that because I want him to get the experience that because he's not in like the hunting industry, right? Like he's not talking to people week in week out having conversations with people in the that run companies or whatever and to be able to go up there and shoot something like that. He never even knew what it was. When we went to TAC for the first time, he's like, dude, what is this? Because all we have is a 3D course by our house. He actually lives like 5 minutes from the 3D course. And that's all we ever knew. And then I heard about
Well,
TAC and we go up there and he's like, dude, this is insane. It's like, now he knows people at PSE. He knows people at Victory, Aussie, like all these other companies. And I hope that's a good enough way to give back.
I remember the first time I met Josh up there and I gave him a hat, and he was just flabbergasted that I would give him a hat.
That was his first thing he ever got free from any hunting anything.
Really?
Yes. Same with you this year, giving Jess the shirt and the hats and all that stuff. That's the first free thing that she's ever been given that I wasn't a part of. I guess I was a part of it. I gave her the arrows that she shoots and stuff, but from somebody else that wasn't directly through me, that was her
Right.
first free stuff she ever got. And she loved that shirt. She was like, "This is actually really cute." I was like, "I told you, Kevin's got
She
you,
wore
man."
it the whole day. So
Yeah.
she's walking
Yeah.
around with Second Amendment Outdoors on her shirt all during the shoot. I
Yep.
noticed that afterwards she changed back over to the Southeastern Bow Hunter podcast because I
Yeah.
knew you guys were going to shake some hands and talk to some reps and stuff like that. So that's when you got to really pimp out your product.
Yeah. Dude, that was the only gripe I have about TAC is I did not get to network this year like I wanted to because we sat in line for an hour and a half for food and I couldn't even taste it. So like looking back, I'm like, but I could have gone without, give me a few bottles of water. I would have been fine. But it is what it is.
We did hit you up right out of the car.
Oh
'Cause
no, it's not, I'm not saying that on you guys. It had nothing to do with
no,
y'all. But
you guys got there a little later than you wanted to, and we were both getting registered, get our stuff. We did have a little time to walk around and do a little networking and handshaking and talk to some people about some stuff.
yeah.
I got it like you with Josh. This is the first time Case has been exposed to like the industry, the owners, the people that actually put the product in people's hands. So watching him was kind of fun because I've been in the industry so long, I'm like dulled at the senses. I walk
Yeah.
up and I'm like, "Hey man, how you doing? What's going on? How's the
Yeah.
kids?" Da, da, da. We just have conversation. You know, hey, what do you got coming out new? Let's figure that out. And I
Yep.
see Case standing there looking at him like, oh my God, this stuff. And when we walked up to John Dudley, I mean, I thought he was going to have a meltdown.
Dude, Kevin's just kind of jaded about it. I'm like, he's standing right there. Like, it was
Yeah.
just so cool to meet all these people, man.
Yeah, you'll find like, and maybe not, maybe you'll always be this way, but
Yeah.
I was the same way when I first started doing this. Like when we had Waddell on here, I will tell you right now, my heart rate was 160 because I was so nervous. And then 5 minutes in, you're like, oh wait, this is just a normal person. Same thing with like Lee Ellis, um, Jay Maxwell, those guys that you watch on YouTube and you're like, these guys are freaking celebrities. And then you meet them and they're just normal people,
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
just having fun. It's wild,
I,
man.
it is. And I hope I didn't blow your mind by not really caring to meet John. Like I can say that
Yeah,
I
I get
saw
it.
him.
Yep.
It's cool. Like,
Yeah.
because you just get that way, like you sort of just realize like they're just normal people. Plus, John's like 7 foot tall. So I don't want to be sitting there like a kid, like, can I have your autograph? Like, I don't want to do that, you know? Like,
Well, that
I
was
I don't know, man. But so all right, so let's get into, I guess, y'all's experience. Like, Case, was that your first tack?
That was my very first tack. And dude, I will say this, it's probably the most fun that I've had in a long time. Like everything from the vendor village, meeting just any and everybody in the industry that was there.
Yeah.
The course was awesome. That vertical, it did suck. But we got through it. It wasn't as bad. I mean, what I did get from it is like I need to go to the gym for real. Need to drop some pounds for that next little mountain climb, buddy.
Dude,
But
man,
like,
you could be like Kevin, dude. You'll be fine. Just be a Billy Goat, smoke some cigarettes, and keep going. You ain't got to worry about
oh yeah,
it. That
the
was
oldest
impressive.
guy out there. And I'm like looking behind me going, you guys coming? You
Yeah,
know,
dude, I'll be honest. I felt so bad for Jess. Like, I hope she doesn't get mad about me saying this, but she she struggled really bad on that vertical. And like I told her, I was like, listen, I probably could have done it without stopping. I might have regretted it, but I've done that before. She's never climbed a mountain in her life.
but if you notice, the one thing about out there, nobody was like, "Hey, where are you? Come on, let's go." No,
Yes.
take your time. And then the
It-
other shooters that were behind us, they came up and they were like, "Everything okay? Okay."
yep.
They kept moving. They would get up to the top and we're like, "Hey guys, when you're ready, shoot through. We're just waiting for them." And they'd be like, "All right, man." And I mean, everybody was very, I
Respectful.
mean, cordial,
yeah,
Yeah.
respectful. It wasn't, there was no, hey, you guys need to speed up or you slow down. Because a couple of them shots, we were hanging and lollygagging and
Oh yeah.
little shenanigans going on. We were having fun. And the shooters behind us were like, yep, they're having a good time. And they were doing the same thing.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like when we were stopped, when she took her first break, because I obviously it's my wife, right? So I know her pretty much inside and out, no pun intended. But like, I hope y'all caught that.
I did. Yeah, I was totally letting it go.
Okay. I saw your straight faces. Like I know they know what I'm saying. Anyway, um, yeah, dude. Like we were sitting down on a stump and we were talking, and she's like, I shouldn't have came. She's like, I'm starting to feel like I shouldn't have come to this. I'm like, why? She's like, because I'm embarrassed. I'm struggling with this. I'm like, listen, first off, you've never climbed a mountain like this. Okay. So you can't expect yourself to just run up it. Josh is a freaking like biological wonder. I don't know how he does it. All right. He's just a billy goat. That's why I kept saying it. He's a freaking
Yeah.
billy goat. And I was like, the second thing is, because she also was like, well, I just feel like, all these people are passing us. What if they're up there waiting, wanting to go shoot? And she was like, go ahead and go. I'm like, I'm not leaving you on the side of a mountain to go shoot a bow.
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
We
no.
will sit here all day. I don't care. But I told her, I was like, listen, they're not up there doing that. If anything, they're probably wondering if we're okay. They know we're gonna shoot the course. They're not like that. And I think getting to see that and actually realize like, oh, these people aren't here just to shoot bows. They're here to have a good time and they care about us too. I think that's one thing that left a
Josh went over
lasting
and checked
impression.
on me a couple of times. I
Oh
poked my
yeah,
head over. Case
dude.
went
See,
over and poked his head over. You know, we were all like, okay, everything's good so
Yeah.
far.
yeah.
You know,
Honestly, I think Jess was a little pissed at Josh because he kept running down, then running back up, then running down, then running back up, and
yep.
she's like, "God, can you stop doing that?" Like it was really funny. But sorry, I know we kind of derailed a little bit there, but yeah, man,
Yeah, but all of us are there to have a good time, be respectful of each other, and look out for each other.
yeah,
That's what this community is about. It's not, hey man, hurry up, we got things to do. No, it's not
yeah.
like that. You're taking your time, taking your shot, and then safety first on going to pull your arrow.
Oh yeah, for
Everybody
sure.
wearing their flags, and all that. So I mean, it's not something we were glad to have her, and we were no problem sitting up there waiting. We were chilling out, waiting to just go move on. We had nowhere to be.
Yeah, that I think the only thing that Josh was maybe using for energy was the idea of we're getting food when we're done. 'Cause he was
Yeah,
very hungry after that. But yeah, it's that's the thing about TAC, man, is like, I actually saw some people complaining about the VIP booth or whatever up there, and someone was like, "This is why their numbers are down." I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're seeing. All right, but as far as I know, TAC is growing. They're not shrinking. I don't know anything about the VIP booth, but
did you look into the cost of that?
what, the VIP?
Yeah,
No, because I knew I wasn't going to do it.
I looked into it and went, no, thank you.
What's the
That
cost?
is very high, let's say, and then
Really?
you get priority knock times and stuff like that. I understand that, no problem.
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay for that privilege, go for it, man. Disney World did the same thing with their passes and all that. If you pay the money, you get on the ride sooner. And it's just TAC making more, and I can understand. There's
Yeah.
people that want to pay more money so they can get through and maybe get back to their shop or their family or what they got going on. I get that. So then take advantage of it. But us average Joes that work every day, we're gonna wait our time and walk the
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like they cover so many aspects of like what makes it fun. Plus, honestly, I think it's pretty sick. You can just walk up and they're giving away free drinks. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. I mean,
Yep.
being the courses we've shot in the past 2 years, you need them, and then you get big names in the industry. I saw Prime, dude. I didn't even know Prime freaking had that tour truck where they build a bow for you right then and there if you buy it.
Yep.
That's crazy. It made me want to ask Brian with Prime though, like, okay, why do you have a 4 to 8 week lead time if they can build one in an hour? I know there's probably reasons behind it, but
They set those aside to build, and
yeah, yeah,
probably
that's what I was
specific,
thinking.
like certain colors and stuff like that. So of course there's going to be prerequisites to that. Whereas custom bows, I'm pretty sure they had their own set that they did over there. It was
Yeah.
funny because you talk about G5. So I'm standing over there. I think I was talking to Jack Gear. I was talking to Jeff from Jack Gear, and we're standing there talking. And Case comes over and he's got his hands and he's shaking. What did you say?
They gave me a free little T2. They was giving it out in like almost like little pill bottles, or
No way.
like little. Remember what camera film used to come in when we was
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah.
It was a little pack like that, and it was clear. And they gave it. They was just handing out T2s, just like, hey man, give it a shot. 100
Hell yeah,
grand
dude.
T2s, and I'm like, dang, dude.
He comes over. He's like, I got a free broadhead. I'm like, yay.
Yeah, I was so
That's
excited,
cool.
man.
I
That's
was like,
so funny. I
have
can't wait to see what you're like, Case, in a year when you're working at the shop and you're just like,
so jaded.
you're gonna be so jaded, bro. You're gonna be like, yeah,
So-
man, I
so
got the new
jaded.
Hoyt Alpha AX25 or whatever they're gonna come out with. I'm just like,
You're
yep,
making fun
I
of my
remember when this meant something to you.
You're making fun of my RX-10.
Oh no, I'm just saying how many AX or RX, that's what I meant to say was RX 25. How many RX whatever are they gonna make? There's gotta be, because I didn't think they do RX 10.
Oh, there's RX-10s. The thing is, though, the RX is so renowned for their carbon bows.
Yeah.
That, why not keep it going?
Oh
I mean,
yeah. And I get that. All I'm saying is the naming of it. Like, are we gonna have an RX 20 at one point?
probably
That's
25,
crazy. That's
28,
crazy.
32. I mean, you never know. I mean, right now we have the AX90.
God. I'm disappointed I didn't get to shoot that. I
We
had
just
three
sold one
things,
today.
huh?
We sold one today.
Dude, I had three things I wanted to do at TAC, and I didn't get to do any of them. And shoot, the AX90 was one of them. That was the one thing because I walked over there and I saw the Hoyt booth, and I'm like, okay, food or bow? It was a tough decision, and I was extremely tired. So I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I need food because if I go in there right now and try to shoot that bow, I will tear my arm off, and it's just not going to be worth it. Also, speaking of Hoyt, which I hope, I don't see why Prime would get pissed about this. That new duck camo that they came out with,
Yeah.
that looks sick.
I have
That's
one here.
I know. I saw your video on it, dude.
Yep. We already
It's
have one
freaking
in.
wild.
It's all the combination of their camos. I understand your gig is with Prime,
Yeah.
and that's what you're shooting, which is actually a really nice bow, by the way. I love the Osio pattern on that Prime.
Yeah.
But here we do a lot of Hoyt Matthews, and mostly, let's say Hoyt Matthews, PSE Bear.
Yeah.
Is our big, those are our sellers. But Hoyt and Matthews, they're neck and neck every day. But this Hoyt that they have now, it is sweet, and we sell the fire out of them. And then they came out with that duck camo, and I got the email on it like a month ago,
Yeah.
and it was all shh, you can't say anything until the 6th, the 6th, the 6th. And then I go to TAC on the 2nd, and there they are out on the shelf, and I'm like, guys, you told me I can't say anything, and here they
Yeah.
are in the public. What
Yeah.
the heck? Luckily, I'd already ordered a few, and they're trickling in right now.
Dude,
It looks really cool.
there's something like I'll say this. I've shot both Hoyt and Matthews. Not, I've never owned one, right? But I've shot them enough to really know what they feel like. If Prime wasn't a company, or if I wasn't working with them, let's say they didn't exist, it'd be really hard to choose between the two because I don't like the
Oh.
arc. I don't like the draw cycle, but I do know if I put the Z mods on there, I'd probably like it a lot. But there's something about Hoyts that I absolutely love. Like when I shot them, I think it was like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I shot a Hoyt and I shot a Prime back to back because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to go with. It was damn close. I'll
It's one
just
of those,
say that.
you really have to split hairs in order to figure out what you're going to shoot. It comes down to the back wall, the grip. It's
Yep.
all the finer points in it, not before you would just pull a bow over and go, "Ooh, I don't like this."
Yeah.
Now you're like, okay, the draw cycles are so much like each other, but this little fine point of it, this one stacks up a little bit in the front, this one doesn't. It's so finite now between the two brands. It's crazy. Actually,
Well,
3 or 4 brands.
yeah, that's what I did when I shot the Matthews because I obviously wasn't going to get it, but I just want to see what it felt like. And my biggest gripe with it was the draw cycle. I did not like the arc's draw cycle. It was pretty smooth and easy up front, and then stacked like crazy in the middle, and then was smooth and easy in the back. And I'm just like,
It dumped on you. Boom,
yeah,
into the
I was
back
just
wall.
like,
Yep.
dude, I don't like this.
But then also when you're at full draw, it's like,
Oh, it's snappy.
it feels like it's ready to go.
Yeah, it's very snappy.
A lot of Matthews guys are like, that's because it wants to kill.
I mean, that's fine, but I don't want it to kill my shoulder or my cat. Like,
Exactly.
I ain't trying to do all that. So, but all right, Case, back to you, man. So your first TAC, you got some free stuff. That's awesome. You met John Dudley. How was that?
Man, it was pretty awesome. I've been watching Dudley since before I was a teenager, like on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh my God, you're still a baby. How do you have all that facial hair when you're that young?
Man,
Been growing it since you're 11.
chicken
About to say.
steroids, man.
Took me forever to do that. That's crazy. 26 years old. No wonder you made it up that mountain so quickly. You still got them young knees. Your back ain't hurting yet. Dude, give it 5 years. When you get to be my age, all right?
Man, when I
Great
woke
start.
up Monday morning, I felt like I've been beat with a stick.
Dude, that was the weirdest thing. I wasn't sore at all. Me and Josh both were not sore one bit. And
Really?
that's the first time that's ever happened. Like every other year, I woke up the next day and I'm like, like I just don't want to do anything. I don't know. It was weird. It was very
So
weird.
I came in here Monday and I asked Kevin, and I'm like, I got off work, come in the shop. I'm like, dude, are you feeling that mountain today? He's like, nope.
Yep.
I'm like, how? How are you not?
You get used to it.
And so yeah, if all three of y'all didn't feel that, that's definitely tell me I need to get in some type of shape, man.
Hey, look,
I think-
tack will humble you. That's the one thing you'll learn. If it's not your shooting, it's your physicality, and if it's not your physicality, it's your shooting. It is the most humbling way, I think, for anybody that's got like an ego when it comes down to shooting bows or hunting or anything. Go to tack because you'll find stuff about yourself you never knew that you're like, oh man, I've got to work on this. Whether it's how you shoot your bow or, maybe your cardio. Like I know Jessica's been thinking about it. She's probably going to start hitting the gym again and trying to, because she even said she was like, if I come back and we do a course like this, I got to lose some weight and I've got to get in better shape. And I'm like, I'll do it with you. I'm going to Colorado next year.
Yeah.
I don't need to have this little fanny pack around me. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to lose that. So, but yeah, dude, meeting Dudley, it was so funny. Like I just have to tell you guys this. So getting your bows signed by John Dudley is
Yep.
probably one of the craziest things. Because I mean, I love people in the industry. Ain't nobody signing my bow, right? I think Jesus himself is the only one that could sign my bow. So, what was that like? I mean, whose idea was
Well,
that?
the
Like,
equivalent in the archery world? No, I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. So kidding. So kidding. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. Now, the thing is, though, I wanted to bring a little bit piece of nostalgia back with me.
I get that.
And John being with Hoyt now, and actually last year we were #1 in Hoyt sales in all of Mississippi, and the bow I have is from that being the #1, and it's my shop bow. It's for the shop here,
Yeah.
so it was kind of cool to have him sign it. That way, here in the store, I can put it up on the display and be like, here's a Hoyt signed by John Dudley. It's a conversation piece. It's a conversation starter. It works well.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Case, on the other hand,
Yeah,
Case was just walking on clouds, I think.
yeah. I was walking on class, but like now I have an excuse. Like I never had to get rid of this bow now.
Yeah.
You
can't.
know, I can't.
You
I
can't.
can't. And when he was trying to sign mine, with the Alpha X, like there's not a lot of real estate on that riser to put a signature anywhere. And he was like, I'm gonna sign the limb. I'm like, no, go like right here next to the limb pocket. I said, I might change them limbs out someday,
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose that signature.
yeah,
Yeah, dude. That's kudos to Dudley for being cool enough to do that, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of regret not meeting him just because why not?
Yeah.
But I think
that's the other thing. I was at Indiana, Kentucky, so I did see him up there too.
yeah,
But it's one of those things. How often are you gonna get this chance?
yeah,
That's
I
like
mean-
us going over and hanging out with the dialed guys.
yeah,
We went over there. We had been having email problems back and forth, so I talked to Kevin and I was like, "Hey, man, we've been having this trouble. Let's just do the order right here." And he was really cool about it. He's like, "All right, let's do it." So we got to place our order right there, and then he pimped out a little bit of swag to the Case and me. He was like, you guys just dropped an order. Here's a T-shirt.
yeah.
Case has got his dialed shirt, and his eyes are big, and a little tear in the corner, and you see him holding it. And it was fun. It was really fun.
Dude, which dialed shirt did you guys get?
What's that?
What dialed shirt did y'all get?
Born of the Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the moose on the back.
Oh, okay. You know what shirt you guys need to get?
With that. Oh, the NASCAR
the
shirt.
NASCAR one.
Like, I was eyeballing some of those jackets
Yeah.
and shirts. Like those are sweet.
I got the one with the snake on the site.
That's so sick. When they came out with the NASCAR stuff, I was like, bro, you just put two of my favorite things together. Let's go. Like I almost bought the Dale Earnhardt Good Wrench dialed hat, and I'm like, I'm gonna spend too much money. I can't do that. So that's the thing, man. Like Kevin over there at Dial, it's my first time I ever met Kevin. I've heard about him. Scott's talked about him a few times, but that's the first time I ever met Kevin. And I remember walking up, I was like, hey, dude, looking to change out my void dials, and I don't have the wrench. Do you guys have a wrench that I could buy? I was like, I know I've been working with y'all for a couple of years, but I'm not just gonna walk and be like, hey, can I have free things, please? Like, I don't like doing that. And he was like, dude, yeah, come over here. You won't even need it, but go ahead. I got you right here. And I'm like, see, this is why I love you guys. I was like, I truly was willing to spend my money on this, and you didn't ask me to, you know?
I tried buying the shirts. Remember, I
Yeah.
tried buying the
Yeah.
shirts, and he's like, "Oh no,
No.
no, we won't be
They're
having that."
so
I was
they're
like,
so
"All
awesome.
right."
And he was
But
right. Like I didn't need the wrench. I mean, I don't know if you can see
yeah,
it, but the void dial is
yeah,
orange now.
I
And
see
I
the orange there.
I literally was just cranking on that thing. I did actually use it one time because I didn't think I had tightened it enough. And then I tightened it all the way down and I tried to move the void dial or tried to dial it and it wouldn't move. I was like, oh, I just created a strike. Let me loosen this a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
So um God, dude. And then ran it or not ran into, I actually went to go find Zach from Extreme Outfitters. Super cool dude. He'll be coming on the podcast. Like that's the thing about tack. Everybody is so nice. And when you get
oh, yeah.
those guys, the tack bros that don't, you know, they basically think like, oh, well, I'm the best shooter here. I've got the new Matthews Arc at 80 pounds and I'm shooting the crispy UV 1Ks and I've got my crispy boots and I've got this and I've got that. And it's my Sitka looks
Easy,
amazing because I ironed it this morning. And it's like,
easy on the crispy boots. I love my
okay,
crispy
crispy
boots,
boots are
man.
nice. All I'm saying is, you know who I'm talking about. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I
bro,
do. The guy that's all swagged out in the latest everything. He
Sitka,
bought everything in the catalog, and
Sitka,
out he
everything.
goes.
Yeah.
And
It,
yeah,
but again, we need those guys. As
we
much
do.
as I'll make fun of them, we need those guys. And I'm sure a lot of them are really cool dudes. So
I get some of those guys that they come in here. Money is not an object at all.
must be
They
nice.
want to be the latest and greatest, but I spend more time with them shooting. They
And
have
yeah,
been taken advantage of by a lot of other people because of the money, and they haven't been given the proper time to learn their form properly,
yep.
or how to work the site properly or something like that. And I find that once you get down to earth with them, really cool dudes.
Oh yeah.
They're grateful for all the knowledge that you're giving them.
Well, and that's kind of like part of, and I know this isn't tax fault. I know it's kind of the industry's fault, but that is the reason why I give them so much crap because it's like, dude, I met a guy last year in Tennessee that was legitimately, he was shooting like a Bear Legit or like some budget bow, right?
Hmm.
He had his sight on backwards. I don't know how he was hitting stuff. Somehow he did it. And that dude right there, I guarantee, because I saw him shoot and he was shooting great. He can outshoot anybody that has a $4,000 setup. You don't need that. And
No,
to see these guys show up with like 20 grand of product on them and including the bows and the clothes and like everything else, I'm like, dude. And then you see him shoot and it's like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. And it's like, why'd you buy all this stuff? It's like you don't need it. And you can
see,
see,
that's where the pro shop guy in me kind of comes out, and I'm like, hey man, why don't you try this? Or
yeah,
hey, give this a shot. I just can't help myself. Oh my Case will tell you, when I see somebody shooting with a bad form, I'm almost from across the building like, hey, hang on, I'll be right there. I need to help you.
You'll just see
yeah.
his jaws tighten a little bit.
His pupils dilate a little. He's like, there's another one. Well, I'm glad you didn't get on to me about that because I was actually watching some of my videos or not my videos, but like the videos of us and stuff when I was editing. And there was a couple moments where I saw like how I was drawing back. And I'm not saying that I shoot like Cam Haynes, but the form was very similar. And
Yeah.
I was like, huh. And I wish, you know what's funny? I wish I actually could have gone up to Dudley and been like, hey, tell me how my form looks just to mess with him. Cause I don't know if you guys listened to the podcast years ago where
Oh yeah.
Dudley and Haynes were on there.
Yep.
And I just want to be like, hey, am I shooting this wrong? Can you
Well,
tell me?
my thing is, any shooter, if they dial their bow in to their bad form,
Yeah.
they're still gonna hit. And if they keep and continue that bad form, the bow is dialed to it. I
Yeah.
hate to say it, but I mean, I've seen people with some awful forms, but they're killing it. They're stacking arrows right on top of each other.
Yeah.
And you know what? If that's how you're comfortable, run it.
Well,
If you've been doing that for 30 years, run it.
dude, that's what I actually had a guy comment on, and I said this, I was talking about this in the intro, but I'll tell you guys too. There was a guy that commented on last week's episode when I was talking about Jessica shooting the bow that she's, how she's going to shoot it. Because at the time she wasn't doing that. It was an
Yeah.
idea, And this guy commented and he goes, "This host has a lot to learn about archery, but at least he's trying. She needs a left-handed bow. She needs to do this. Her hand's going to be too close to the cables, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, bro, let her shoot it how she wants to shoot it. If she's shooting fine and she's not struggling and doesn't want to shoot a left-handed bow, who am I to tell her what to do? I was like, let her have fun, And like I definitely did tell her. I said, you probably should get a left-handed bow.
Yeah.
Right? I said that to her, but she doesn't want to shoot that. And okay, she'll probably never be able to shoot with a quiver on, but most people don't anyway.
Yeah.
She actually was getting on to me. She was like, "How come I don't have one of these things?" Because my quiver's on my bow. I'm like, "Oh, I've got some." I was like, "I can give you one." I was like, "But you're probably not going to want to shoot with it because it's going to be in your way."
And that's why there's a left-handed bow.
Exactly, yeah, and who knows? I mean, I'm gonna still. I want her to get used to shooting a bow that she's shooting right now. That way she develops.
Right now, just have fun, man.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
get out in the backyard and just shoot.
Yeah. And then we'll go up to the shop and I'll be like, okay, you have the muscle now. Why don't you try this?
Right.
She may find that she likes it and then we'll get a left-hander. I don't know.
Yep.
Or she can just blow everybody's minds at tack and we'll go to the practice range and shoot a right-handed bow backwards and with no peep. And I'll be like, yeah, that's my wife. What's up? So,
So
oh
you're,
man.
that I was watching on the video and some of my shots were awful.
Dude, you're a quick shot. You're a very quick shot.
I've been shooting a long time.
Jessica was telling me that out of all of us, when she was filming you, she was like, I missed so many of his shots because he would just draw back and shoot. And I'm like, yeah, that's Kevin. I was like, it's how he shoots. I don't know. You're gonna have to be ready for him.
The zone is there and off it goes, that pin settles and have a nice day.
Yeah. I do have to get on a case though.
Yeah.
Buddy.
What's up?
Editing your portions of the video, I had to cut out like half of each video with how long you held at draw, which isn't a bad thing. But my God,
I just want to be sure, man.
I know, but it was so funny. I'm like, all right, Case's clip, cut it in half. He's now drawing back. All right, cool. Shoot it. And then nothing. I'm like, all right, Case, send it. Nothing. I'm like, Case, come on, bro. It's not even moving. Send it. And then you would send it. I was like, okay, let me cut off another 10 seconds. Like it was just
or he started recording when he stepped up and then you realized he pulled out the rangefinder, then the binos, then the rangefinder, then the binos, and then picked up the bow, and then looked through the binos. Okay. And I was crying a couple
so funny, dude.
I saw Jess, she would like zoom into the target and then look and then zoom back out. And then she'd like zoom in and then look, zoom back out. I'm like, okay, yeah.
And I felt bad for her because at times, like, she'd stand behind us and her arms were like way up here, like trying to get a good view of it. And dude, like, there's no telling how long she stood there like that, waiting on me on one shot. And I promise I'm hurrying.
Dude, she actually said to me, she was like, I got to figure out a different way to do this because my arm's getting tired. I was like, yeah, just wait until you see him like clip on and then hit record.
Yeah.
But it was funny, man. I wanted to text you so bad while I was editing and be like, hey, not sure if you know this or not. You know what? Speak of the devil, she's actually calling me. Hold on. Hello? Oh, hold on. You are on an episode right now with Southeastern Bow Hunter Podcast. How can I help you? No, you're good. You're good. I'm with Case and Kevin right now. We were actually just talking about you. Can y'all hear her?
No, I can't hear
her. Hold on.
Your mic's filtering it out.
Nothing?
Your mic
can't hear that?
Your mic is filtering it out because you got noise cancellation on.
Okay, well, they can't hear you, but she says hi. So
hi. Hello.
They said hi. All right. Love you too. Bye. Sorry about that.
Oh, good, dude.
I saw her pop up. I was like, you know what? We're talking about her. Let's go ahead and see if they can hear it. But yeah, it was so funny, dude. It was so funny when she was like, my arm's getting so tired. I'm just like, look, just wait. I'll nudge you if I have to.
We're gonna
Um,
bring her a selfie stick with a Bluetooth button next time.
oh,
Yeah.
dude, we've been
Yeah.
making plans.
Yeah.
We were talking. She was like, we need to get a GoPro and this and that. And I was like, hey, I'm down. You tell me. We'll make it happen. It's like we can be like Ty Jordan and have a tripod with a camera and we'll do all of it.
If she wants to carry it, I have a GoPro. I'll bring it with next
Okay,
time.
there you go. Next year
Yep.
we'll do that.
I
But
got a
so
4K GoPro. We'll bring it, and she can record anything she wants.
oh, dude, she I think she enjoyed it. I really
Oh yeah.
think she enjoyed recording because I mean, I asked her on the way up there, I was like, hey, can you record some? I'm going to be doing my phone, which I found out is not the best way to do it because you can't see anything. Like the second the shot goes off, the bow just goes boom. And it's
Bow
like,
roll. You're looking at the ground.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I got a video of you, Kevin, just a random video I didn't even know I took that you see the tip of my stabilizer and then you're just standing there like looking up at the target. And I'm like, all right, I don't know if I could throw that in there, but it was pretty funny. All right. Well, I want to still get like more of y'all's thoughts on, I guess, the course that we shot because, a lot of those shots were pretty technical. There was that one gopher that was like 60 something yards that we didn't even see at first.
Yeah.
I mean, what's y'all's thoughts on how they laid the course out?
Me personally, like, it's my first one, so I can't compare it to anything. But like, dude, I really enjoyed how it was laid out. I enjoyed, I guess, sort of the difficulty of it, like the little windows to shoot through. And man, for
Yeah.
my first attack, only breaking one freaking arrow, uh, I was pretty happy with it. I'm gonna say probably my favorite shot of the whole course was target 25 on that bear, way
Really?
up that hill. That was probably my favorite shot of the whole course.
Yeah.
The gopher and the skunk.
Yeah,
Oh
the little
God, the
small ones were
skunk,
good
dude.
too.
Yeah, the little ones, like 45 yards on a very small target. That it makes you really, tighten your group. The little
Yeah.
Sasquatch, the sideways Sasquatch that you
Oh, I
couldn't
forgot
see
about
because he
that.
blended into the tree trunks. Remember that?
Yeah,
I forgot about that one. Yeah, that one was he looked like a tree trunk. I mean, like a tree
Right.
that had fallen over. It's crazy.
yeah.
I say like to me, the ones I like the most. I mean, obviously I'm very biased when it comes down to it because the mule deer ones, I love shooting at anything that looks like a muley, right? But
Yeah.
those were
Yeah.
kind of easy shots. And I'd say the gopher definitely was fun. Still can't believe I actually hit him. That was shocking. And then the skunk, the headshot on the skunk,
Yeah.
losing one arrow. And then the turkey, which turkey seemed to be the bane of my existence because that was the only one that I'd completely buffed the shot on. And I almost want to go back just for
And that
that
turkey
target.
was down in that gully a little bit, and it threw you off with the distance if you didn't really, really get a good look at it.
Yeah. I mean, trying to shoot him in the head was very difficult.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even warmed up yet. It was like target 5 or whatever it was. So
Oh, yes, we did not say about that either, huh?
yeah, you convinced me, which I appreciate, honestly. I've never done that. But why don't you tell everybody what we did?
So we get in contact with them. They were getting their registration, going to get their bows and stuff like that. And they're like, hey, where's the practice range? Is it over there? And I'm like, yeah, it's over there. Courses are this way. Well, don't we warm up first? I'm like, no, we shoot this cold, just like we would go out hunting.
First time I've ever
Then I
done that.
hear from Case. What did you tell me? He's like, well, I go out in the backyard and I draw a couple of times before I go out hunting. I'm like, what? And
Yeah.
then you said the
Yeah.
same thing. And I'm like, I looked at Josh and he's like, I don't. I'm like, okay, it's not only
Yeah.
just me. I take my bow and get out in the tree stand, but
If I've got time, I'm gonna go out and at least sling 2 or 3 arrows just to like, okay, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Just to check everything,
I mean, I wouldn't say I do that. Like typically what I'll do if I head to the woods is I'll go, get all dressed up, grab the bow, go get in the stand. Once I'm in the stand, I'll draw back, let down, draw back, kind of hit every single shooting lane that I can find. And then I'll be ready to go, But every TAC event that I've done, we've always hit the practice course right before just to make sure everything's on. Because I'm like, dude, I don't want to lose my arrows. And
that's half the fun of it.
I know, but then Kevin's like, yeah, we're gonna shoot this thing cold. I'm like, oh, I just got out of the car. Okay. Okay, we'll do
Let's
it.
go.
But
And
see, like,
dude, it was that was honestly. But what's funny is I noticed I didn't need to warm up. You
No,
know, like
no.
I really didn't because the first couple of targets they were 25, 30 yards. I mean, that's
Yeah, they almost have like a warm up in the beginning few targets
yeah,
for it. They're not
yeah.
really
That
long shots. They kind of get progressively longer as you get into the higher teens.
dude, I still wish some of those shots would have been farther.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the ram that was bedded down in the little creek bottom, push it back 20 yards. Give me an 80-yard shot. You know, like that was the one thing that I really, really wanted was a
Well,
long
next year we'll
distance
shoot
shot.
prime course then.
Yeah, well, see, I do prime, but isn't prime terrain wise like the toughest?
Oh, it's toughest and the longest shot.
Yeah, see, I couldn't convince Jessica to do that. That was one thing she did say. She was like, when we come back next year, I want to do the easier course. I was like, oh, okay. Because I think MKC is like 15 to 75. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, even knock on wouldn't be too bad.
yeah, the knock on. See, so I watched actually my buddy Jonathan Meadows was in a
Yeah.
video with Christian Highfield that they posted the other day. They did the knock on course. It was like day one or something for them. And I was talking with Jonathan. What's funny about that, and I hope he listens to this because I was watching this video and I saw Jonathan and I'm like, dude, I know you from somewhere. It's like, where do I know you from? And I'm watching the whole thing. I was like, I think his name's like Clayton or Casey or something. And then he actually posted a video on his Facebook. We're buddies on Facebook. I was like, wait a minute. Jonathan, of course I know who you are. And then
Yeah.
because he came to the shoot last year. And
Okay.
so they did the knock on course. And it was some bombs in that
Uh-huh.
course, man, like 90 yards, 100 yards. And the whole time I'm watching this video and I'm thinking, I was like, oh, dude, I hope they have that next year. And then at the end of it, they were talking about how there was a lot of steep angles, or not angles, but like, steep spots they had to climb. I immediately was like, yep, nope, Jess ain't gonna want to do that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we'll get there, but I think next year our plan is to come up for the weekend, leave Friday
yeah.
after work, get a
Yeah.
hotel or something like that. And then
Airbnb. Start looking
yeah,
at
or
Airbnb.
that.
Yeah.
And then shoot maybe an easier course Saturday, and then
Yeah.
Sunday maybe find a course that we are like, okay, we need a little bit more challenge, right?
Well,
Because
I went up to the Indiana Kentucky one in April, and we shot the prime course.
it was tough.
And it was 1 week after I had my stint put in. Went up and
You're an
actually
animal. You're a freaking animal. I just you're not human.
they
There's no
put my
way.
stint in, and then the next weekend I was up shooting the prime course, and it was funny because I was watching some of the videos afterwards, and I see these guys in the parking lot panting, or they're in the vendor
Yeah.
hill, and they're like, "We just finished the prime course," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm 53 years old, just had a stint put in a week ago, and I'm buying myself a T-shirt because I finished the prime course." And I'm walking across like with a Black Rifle coffee in my hand, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we just came off of prime," and they're like, this now it's been a month and a half,
yeah, a month and a half.
and then we're out doing this course.
Dude,
So,
yeah. I
not
know
slowing down, man.
I'm gonna have to do the prime course just obviously because of,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
podcast.
Sooner or
But
later.
yeah, I just think for her second one, I'm gonna try to talk her into being like, listen, we'll do an easy course the first day. The second day, we're gonna have to do something a little more challenging.
You know what? It might be better to do a challenging one the first day,
Good point.
and the second day kind of surf.
Yeah,
You know,
kind of take it easy.
like
I don't
even
wanna
the
be
Rocky Mountain Elk. Usually, some of the Rocky Mountain Elk ones are pretty flat with really long shots.
that's what I would like. I
Yeah,
love, and I mean, I don't know, man. I'd like a course that like this to me would be the perfect course, right? I want the angles we had at Jack Links,
mhm.
but the prime distances without
Yeah,
having to climb a mountain to get to the second half of the course. I don't know if they have one that's like that. I know last year when we did what did we do? Lacrosse. Lacrosse was kind of like that. They
right.
had, I think there was a 92-yard shot on a pig. None of it was terrain wise very difficult. Um, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. So there has to be a course like that because
Yeah,
it was at the same place.
Well, the good thing is there is so many variables in the courses.
Yeah.
You can get, like, ours was very technical shots with all the small windows and trees in the way. I know I stood at the cone a couple of times and took a half step to one side and went, "Where'd the target go?"
Yeah.
You know,
There was I think that was on, there was one in the video you can see. It was it was a ram, and like literally you couldn't, if
no,
Jess was not standing there, you would not see it. I mean, there's even a case, one of your clips that she's focused on you, and it's hilarious. I left it in there because it was so funny to me, but she's focused on you, and then she goes off to the right and she's like focusing on a tree. And I'm like, what do you, and when I was editing, I'm like, what are you aiming at? Not you, but Jessica. I was like, where are
Yeah.
you pointing the camera? She's like, oh, I thought the target was down there. In the bottom right corner, you can see the target. And I'm
yeah,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's just what that course was, which
yeah,
I appreciate, you know, like I love challenging shots like that. And I
yeah.
think I said something to you guys during the shoot where I'm like, these types of shots really make you focus. You can't
Mhm.
just say, there's a target and then send it. You have to actually pay attention. I mean, that gopher, the only reason I hit it, thank God for this triple stack Mag 3 VA from Dial, because all I had to do was have the pins vertically on that
Yep.
gopher. And I knew I was going to hit it somewhere. I just didn't know where. And that's the only reason I was able to hit that. So yeah, I mean, hats off to Tack, man. They absolutely killed it with the course. You guys killed it. Jessica killed. Everybody had a great freaking time. So
All of us as well. I mean,
Yeah.
all of us had a good time. We had some experience. We cut it up. I know most of us, you notice all of our YouTube videos have music over them because we cannot play the audio.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did not. So for people listening, that haven't seen the video yet, I didn't realize when I was editing because there was a clip of Josh in the beginning of someone's shot.
Yep.
Josh
It was,
doesn't like being on
money
camera.
out of shot.
Yeah.
It was yours. Okay, that's what I knew it was on one of y'all. Josh doesn't like being on camera. And so if you notice, I could send you all these videos. You'll see he's in front of the camera and then he dips off behind it. He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And he does. Jessica says something along the lines of your big ass face is in the way. And that's within the first 5 seconds. Maybe that's why it wasn't really doing too hot, because I know YouTube's algorithm, you're not necessarily supposed to be saying stuff like that. I don't know, but I heard that after I already put it out, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's already out. I'm not going to change it. I
Yeah.
can't put music over that.
See, I had already thrown some music over that because I put my earbuds in while I
Yeah.
was here in between jobs and working. I was letting some of the audios play, and I'd let it play out, and I'd be like, "Oh, hang on, pardon me
Yeah.
for a second. Pause, pause. I'll get back to that in a second."
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was definitely some stuff said that I'm like, they probably shouldn't hear this.
especially when
But
somebody's smelling like Pall Malls and hamburger meat.
Oh, dude.
yeah, yeah.
That was I
But-
was the one I almost pulled the shot off of the target. That was a draw when they said it, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that people need to know, man. Like, yes, on this podcast, I try to keep it clean, you know, and I do talk about Jesus a lot. I'm going to keep doing that, but I'm not perfect. None of us are. And that right there, you know, if you come to the bow shoot in July, you'll hear the same stuff. It actually gets worse because I'll have buddies of mine that have no filter, and you'll hear them say things, and I'll keep going. I have dark humor, you know? So like I I try to keep it as clean as I possibly could, but I threw music over all of it because I'm like, dude, I don't want to have a moment where we say something offhand and it just comes off wrong,
Right.
because there's going to
Or-
be kids watching it, you know?
But also, there's a thing, that it's situational. Where we are, what we're doing is actually, it's a kind of an appropriate speak. But when you play it like without looking at what has gone on the whole time, it's like,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
When it's out of context, yes,
Yeah.
that is why there is music all over that. And I was actually showing Jessica some tack videos. I think definitely beforehand, but then after, you know, because I don't want to copy what someone's done, but I know what works. And I wanted to have something that was fun to watch. And so I told her, I was like, next year we need to have an introductory segment or something, or we need to have like a lead up to it. You know, we need to have
Right.
commentary throughout the whole thing, not just bow shot after bow shot after bow shot.
Yeah.
This was the
Well,
first video. So
what it is like on our notepads or something like that, in a notes section of our phones, be like, all right, this is target one is a RAM at 36, and then have a running list. So we're like, that one there. Oh yeah, I remember that one. 90% of the time you can see the number on the cone in our shots.
yeah.
And then also, okay, hey, wait a minute, this one here is number 5. So the video before that, this other target is 4.
Yeah.
So I mean, 90% of the time I was watching a lot of our videos and you can see the cone with the number on it. But that also means most of the time we weren't shooting from the cone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing too, again, with, I guess, tack humbling people is like the editing process. Cause editing podcasts, it's like 3 different videos that I have to put together and there is not really a lot of editing that goes into it.
Right.
Maybe meshing them together, but that's about it. Adding a little bit of music in the beginning, that's it. Doing 100+ video editing is very difficult because
Oh yeah.
half of those I'm like, I got the ones from Jess and then I got the ones from Case, and I'm like, I can't even tell which is which. I'm gonna have to watch every single one of these. So in that video, I just was like, okay, you know what? This looks good. I'm gonna put all these together. This looks good. I'm gonna put all these together. We'll mesh them together. Next year, I'll go into it more with I'm gonna film most of this mindset because I didn't have that when we did this. I knew I was gonna be filming some, but
Right.
I didn't. If I had known that we were gonna be filming the whole thing, I definitely would have done a little bit more to like, maybe make it like, okay, and just for my benefit, because I'm not going to put this in the video where you see me every frame and I'm like, or maybe not every frame, but the beginning of the clip being like, okay, we're at target 10 and Case is shooting. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But for editing purposes, that probably would have been helpful.
Yeah.
So not only did I learn a lot on the course, I learned a lot afterwards because I want
Oh
to
yeah.
start putting more of this out. Like,
I got the videos from you. I got the videos from Case. I got my videos, and then I was like, oh my goodness, we have a lot of content.
It's actually a few hundred.
When I made the video, I actually went through and I was like, all right, these are all cool shots. And then I was like, all right, there's me. Then there's Case. There's Eric. There's Josh. There's me. Case. I'm like, all right, I got to thin this out a little bit. We need to switch these up a little.
yeah.
So yeah, I kind of did some shuffling to put people so that it wasn't the same person shooting all the time.
Yeah. Did I send you the videos that I had or no?
Yes.
I did. Okay. I wasn't sure because it was a lot and
Oh,
it
yeah.
was very difficult to send everything over. But yeah, dude.
What we should have done, we were thinking about it when we were standing there, we should have airdropped them to each other because it would have been
Yeah.
so much easier before we left. That's another thing for next year.
Yep. Next year is going to be much more cleaned up and professionally done, I
We're
think.
gonna make it more efficient.
Yes. Yeah. There was actually one that you guys saw on the TikTok that I put out. Dude, whoever took the video of me from the side shooting the bow, bro, that was genius. Because if you saw in there the song that I put in, when they whistle and the whip hits and then the bowstring goes, oh my, I was like, this is the best editing I've ever done. I was like, this is amazing. And I showed my daughter and she's like, oh my God, that's so cool. It was a good time, boys. I had such a good time with y'all.
How is your string?
Oh, it's fine. I talked with Nick. I told him what happened. He said, get a little bit of wax, put it on there, and it's I'd show you, but you wouldn't be able to see it.
Get it. I think I've heard that somewhere before.
I mean, you told me too.
Yeah, I did.
But
he's like, I don't believe him. I'm calling my guy.
No. I was gonna do it. But because Nick made the strings, I'm like, let me also ask the guy that made these just in case. Because if I need a new string, I'll get one. But yeah, I've shot it since and it's fine.
That's good. I want to make sure that
Yeah.
Because I mean,
that broke my heart, dude. That really, to start the course off that way, really kind of bummed me out, because now I've got something that I worry about. And that happens every year at TAC. Every time I go, something happens and it's like, dude, I want to have a good time.
You see how many times, because we're all setting our bows down, all of us got stands or some kind of a stand for them, but they're so compact in some of the areas that you go to move and you're like, oh, sorry, bumped into somebody's bow. And
I kept getting on to Jess. I'm like, hey, bow behind you. And she's like, I saw it. I'm like, I know you saw it, but like, dude, that's a $2,000 bow. Be careful with it. well, not everybody gets these things for free, you know?
No.
So it was fun though, man. And I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, really, you guys are the reason, we were able to have such a good time. I appreciate y'all waiting on us because really I tried so hard for us to get there early. And then when
Oh, it's
when
no
we were
problem,
looking at
man.
well, we were looking at the time, I'm like, and you were like, yeah, our knock time's 9 o'clock. And it was like 8:55. And we just got there. And I'm like, uh, I need to buy
Yeah,
field points.
that's
I
the
need to
other
do
cool
this.
thing about the TAC guys. You guys were 10 o'clock, we were 9 o'clock, so we walked up there about 9:20, and they were like, we were like, hey, we
Yeah.
held up a little bit. They come forward a little bit so we could all shoot together because we're friends, and they were like, yeah, just give me a minute and I'll let you go out. And
Yeah.
he had no problem with it, man.
And that's crazy too, because like the past 2 years, and I'll say this openly now because they check it, but the past 2 years, they didn't check anything. I never once got stopped. Me and
I've
Josh,
been checked every time.
really?
Oh,
Dude, they
yeah.
never checked us. The first one in Georgia that me and Josh went to, dude, we hung out at the VPA booth back when I was working with those guys, and we were there for hours. We went to Vendor Village, we talked with everyone at Victory, all this other stuff. And we were like, dude, we're tired of waiting. We got Josh sighted in, we got him some arrows, we were good to go. And so Jack Links was right behind Vendor Village. So we just got our
Yeah.
bows and left and we just went. No one stopped us. No one said anything. And then last year is the same thing. We went up there, hung out with what was it? I think Boning and Mike from Boutique and stuff for a little
Yeah.
while. We got tired of waiting. And so we were like, we're just going to get on the next shuttle. And so we got on the next shuttle, went to our course, and that was it. They never once looked at our stuff. That
No,
was the
I've
very
always
first time.
everyone I've gone to, especially when I go to Prime and stuff like that, there's somebody usually standing right there, and they're like, "Can I see it? All right, good, let's roll." And every time I go to Indiana, Kentucky,
Mhm.
there is someone seated right there next to the start, and they're like, "I see your bow," and
Wow.
you go,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe we just
Yeah,
got lucky then. I don't know.
it's funny because I didn't see Mike this year. I usually run into him up there, but as you can see, we got his banner right here.
Yeah, yeah, he actually didn't go. He said
Yeah.
I texted him the next day. I was like, "Bro, you should have went." He's like, "Dude, he's been so busy." And that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
crazy thing. Like, I didn't actually see, I know Josh Jones was up there, Scotty was up there, probably Brandon was there too. I didn't see any of them. And I talked to Josh like a few months ago, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, you gonna be at TAC?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, cool. I'll run into you hopefully." And I just never
I don't
saw
know
him.
if they ran all 3 days though.
That's true. Yeah. Well, no, he told me they were gonna be there Sunday,
Uh,
so I don't know, but.
we did kind of hit and run though.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was what made me want to be like, all right, I want to have a day where I can just go to Vendor Village, do what I need to do, hang out with whoever's there, shoot a course. I'm saying this on record right now for you guys to hear and whoever else listens. Next year, I am shooting at that caribou. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I will hit the course, make sure all my tape's good, and then that caribou is gonna die because I've been
Well,
saying for
next
3
year we'll
years.
let you warm up and then you shoot for the caribou. How's that?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm gonna do
It's getting
because
old. You got to stretch.
Yeah.
yeah,
Can't do it,
dude,
no.
I'm definitely getting old. I'm gonna tell you what, my knees, and skateboarding for 10 years did not help at all. My knees are done. But yeah, no, that caribou is my number one priority next year
Okay.
because I've said it for 3 years. I'm gonna shoot it. I never have, and now how this thing is shooting, I feel very confident I probably could have at least gotten close, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just kind of a goal for myself. But
Last year we drove up straight out of the shop on Saturday night when we closed. We got there. It's only 4 hours away, and we got there, and it was when all that rain was coming in.
oh,
We
dude.
ended up sleeping in the truck and then mucking through everything. It was just a nightmare last
We got
year.
lucky. We got very lucky because last year's, yeah, you remember I told Jess, I'm like, if you would have came last year, you never would have come back.
No,
I
no.
was like, it was a mud hole.
Yep.
And it was miserable, not gonna lie. Like the first couple hours,
It was fun.
it was a good time. It was a
Walking
good
through it
time.
and shooting and not being able to set your bow down because everything's just it was
Nasty.
puddles like this deep.
Yeah,
Where
it
Georgia?
was bad.
No, over here at Belvedere.
Oh dang.
Yeah. Dude, literally, so like, when you pull in, you got that parking off to the left.
Mhm.
Well, that was a mud pit. And I saw at least 6 4-wheel drive F-250s jacked up that you would think could handle it. Nope. They had to pull them out. It was, and I was in my
That
mom's
track
car.
out there because it was so slick. Everything would just sit there and slide.
Yep.
All that clay.
Golly.
Just
It was bad, dude.
For next year, what is your gonna set up for? What are you thinking?
Like goal wise, or
Yeah,
like what I'm.
What are your goals for next year?
My goal is to not lose a single arrow. Like it's pretty cool what you done this year. Like do tack on the same arrow every shot. Like that was pretty awesome.
I didn't even say it, but yes, he did. Yes, I did all of Tennessee
That's
tack
impressive.
on one arrow.
Yeah,
That's very impressive.
all of it on one.
On
and
jack
like,
legs. Yeah.
It was it was pretty cool to say. Like he wouldn't even tell me. He was like, "I got to go for today," but like I ain't gonna say nothing about it until we're done.
That's what you were talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes a lot more sense because that's hard to do. That's
I did
very
all
hard to
5
do.
targets on jack links with one arrow.
God, that's insane. That's totally insane. I couldn't have done. There's no way I could have done that. I mean, I will say, if I
not with that turkey down there.
yeah. Well, see, that's what I was gonna say. Is like if I didn't try to shoot the turkey in the head, I probably would have been okay. But see, that's the thing, man. Like, out of all the targets, that's the one target that when I see a turkey, I immediately am like, all right, I don't care how far it is, that head's coming off. Like it's just it doesn't matter. It could be 40 yards, it could be 140 yards. I'm still gonna try it. And I guess to sort of circle it all back, like that is what makes tack fun. You don't have to you don't keep score. There's no pressure unless you put it on yourself. And I've learned the hard way, right? The very first tack I went to, Kevin, you probably remember this, because I think it's about the time that I got to know you when I had that obsession bow, and it was orange cams with mossy oak riser and all this flashy crap, and I'm like, oh, I'm this podcaster, and dude, the first target, I totally whiffed it, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and it was very humbling, and to go from that to now, it's like, look, man, I just want to have fun. I don't care, I'm not walking around thinking, I got all this stuff for free. I'm this Billy badass. Like, no one cares,
The first tack I went to, I had my bow, but the people I was with, we kept score because we all thought we had to keep score. We were so used to shooting ASA and IBO, and we're down there scoring each target. And then about halfway through, we're like watching people and kind of hanging out. We're like, what are we doing? We're making this not fun.
Yeah, you're putting pressure on yourself.
And we were shooting prime course, so you're looking at 110 yards, and you're like, where is the 12 ring? No. Man, I'm just gonna make an ethical kill shot on this deer or this moose at 130 yards. Because I was like, man, we are getting way too deep into this. Let's go have some fun. And ever since then, we pull out the scorecards, pull our tags out of them, throw the scorecards back in the bag, and they don't see the light of day until
I don't even know why they waste the time on making those. I know people like to keep score, but like, to be completely honest,
some people keep track of how they're doing, but also it's got all your emergency contact numbers on it.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even read it.
It's got all that stuff. Yeah.
I had no idea. I was like,
the girl at registration or the dude at registration explains it to you, but you're looking at the shirts behind them going, which one do I want?
I'm sitting there thinking, what color veins did you guys do this year? Like that's what I was thinking. Like that when the girl gave us the stuff, she was like, all right, here's your veins, here's your scorecard, here's your wristband or whatever. And I'm like, you guys did white veins this year. That's pretty cool. I was like, all right.
I got orange.
I got green.
Oh, well, we got white. So I don't know.
And then, Case, how much money did you spend?
I don't.
All right, we don't need.
Wait. As a married man,
and I got Samantha stuff too.
Case, hold on. Before you answer that, as a married man, does your lady listen to this? Will she listen to this?
Oh yeah, more likely, yeah.
Have you told her how much you spent?
I done told her, yeah, dude. Like
he spent $52.
Oh.
No,
that's not.
No. Let's leave it at that.
I got her some cool stuff too. I ain't no hard feelings.
Okay.
Yeah, we good.
I'm just trying to make sure you're covered, man. I've been
I just
there.
have lucky shots because when the first time I went to TAC, I did the same thing. Ooh, I want one of those. Ooh, I want one of those. Ooh, I want one of those.
Yeah.
And
If
But
I
they'll
had
get you.
another 100, it probably would have got spent too.
Oh,
but
it'll
Yeah.
get you, man. When you
but
walk into Lancaster and you see all that stuff and you're like, whoa, they don't have, I haven't seen this in a while. Then you want it. So I know the feeling.
all right. When you walk into Lancaster, let me show you something real quick. You got a second?
Yeah.
You're gonna love this.
Oh boy. I feel like I just pushed a button.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh my God. That
This
is
is
so much stuff. Holy crap. Okay. See, the thing is, Kevin, I didn't mean to be disrespectful or anything. I just was saying because
no, but the thing is, I'm daily in one of the Lancasters, and it's so in my back center again.
Go this
to
way
the right a little.
over here.
A little bit more. There you go.
Yep.
Okay, because I can't see. I'm on the other side.
No, you're good.
But that's what we do on a daily basis here at Second Amendment. That's
Yeah.
just our storeroom. That's not even considering what we have out on the shelves.
See, it's a totally different that we, you know what we need to do, honestly? I want to get you back on and talk about like shop life. I haven't done an episode. I am actually getting one of my shop buddies on the podcast next month. It'll be the next in-person episode because he lives like 20 minutes from me. But I want to start doing more of like behind the scenes shop episodes because what you guys go through, I mean, I've spent hours at our local shop and some of the stuff I see, I'm just like, buddy, how do you deal with it? And so like I'd love to hear some stories.
The phone calls, the people, the in person, oh my God, it's
like a Waffle House on a Saturday night at 2 a.m.
Oh yeah, after a few drinks.
Yeah, maybe a Walmart on a Friday when nothing's going on.
It's nothing amazes me much anymore, but every now and then I'll hang up the phone and go, whoa,
Yep.
But yeah, I see some of the guys doing some of the TikToks and the Instagrams on the phone calls, and it's funny because everyone that they say I've heard, and
I'm sure.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
I don't know how you guys do it, honestly, because like I deal with customer service every day, but what I'm doing is like life safety stuff. So it's less of a recommendation kind of thing and more of a, hey, you need this legally. Right? Like they don't have any backing to be able to kind of push back and be like, oh, well, I don't really want to. They can't do that. But with bow shops, I feel like you can. You could have somebody that's like, oh, well, I want, this bow that shoots 345 foot a second with a 500 grain arrow. And you're like, unless you're a gorilla and you're shooting 120 pounds, it's not going to happen. Yeah. And they won't take that. So then what do you do? So I definitely.
That's when you start doing like arithmetic for them. And you actually sometimes have to physically write out the math for some people on these things. It's crazy. But I mean, some people come in here knowing exactly what they want.
Yeah.
And that person, I'm not going to argue with them because most of the time they've done their research.
Yeah.
But as soon as it's my buddy says, whoa, time out.
Like, no.
Are you and your buddy built the exact same way? Are you guys looking like twins? Or, or is he like the 6'2", 250,
Is it me and Josh or is it me and like Case? Right? Because me and Case are pretty much the same build. Me and Josh are not. No. Josh is like 2 foot taller than me. So yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, I've kind of my story. Like when I got started, I went to the shop and said the words I should have never said. Hey, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm brand new to this. Help me. And then I got taken advantage of, which doesn't happen. I'm not saying you guys do that, but some shops do that. And it's like, you have to be careful,
Some shops, that's what they do to keep the lights on. Mm-hmm. They sell that equipment to pay the bills. Luckily, here at Second Amendment, we have a full gun shop, full gunsmith, fishing, apparel, knife counter, and then the archery pro shop. So it's an all-inclusive, all-in-one with an indoor archery range.
Yeah.
we just finished the whole new indoor archery range. A lot of people have seen it on some of our social medias. We have 6 lanes of 20, 4 lanes of 30 yards right here indoors for any weather.
That's awesome.
And I mean, and we'll take any bow off the shelf if 1, 2. I mean, they say I complained because the other day I actually took 7 left-handed bows off the shelf, set them up for a guy, and every one of them to his draw length, to his draw weight, and shot every one of them until he weeded down which one he wanted.
Yeah, but that's the way you need to do it. Like,
Right.
I'll tell you right now, and this actually makes me more mad at what happened. This was back in the day. Like, the guy that did this does not work here anymore. So
Yeah.
this is not a slight on the shop. They've changed a lot. It's gotten a lot better. But my local shop is an Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
You don't need to sell $1 million out of the bow shop to be able to stay afloat because you have Ace Hardware. That's what's paying the light bill, you know?
Right.
But to take advantage of a kid that doesn't know what he's doing, make him spend $400 on, you know, stuff that really I didn't need, and then set the bow up wrong and not tell me that so Case, I'll kind of tell you the story quickly. So I got my first bow, right? I go to the shop and I walk in and I say, hey, and I don't know these guys, you know, I've been in like one time. And so I tell the dude behind the counter, I was like, hey man, you know, I'm new to this. It's my first bow. I don't have any arrows. I need to get some arrows. Can you guys set this up for me? Whatever. So he's like, yeah, sure. Grabs a 6-pack of the Easton Bowhunter 6.5s, which they're not super expensive, right?
No.
And
is that like the Eastern Bully?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yeah. And I give him my bow. He sets it up. I say, hey, can you set it to 55? Because I'm thinking new, you know, I should be able to pull that back. Sets my draw length, puts a peep, or actually, no, it had a tube peep, so they didn't have to even do that. And we got on the range, builds the arrows, cuts them to my length, stock inserts, 100 grain points. I didn't know at the time that those arrows total weight were like 325, just extremely light. Okay. But I'm new. I'm new. So I'm like, dude,
I was getting it.
well, if it was turned all the way up, it would have.
Oh yeah.
But so anyway, I go out on the range with these arrows and I go to draw the bow back, and 55 was too much for me. I heard my shoulder make noises I've never heard before. And I'm like, oh crap. So I asked the guy, I was like, can we drop it down to 50? Because I'm thinking 5-pound increments, you know, we'll see where I land.
Yeah.
He takes the bow, and I can already tell he's frustrated, right? And they were pretty busy, you know, it was a busy time, so I get it. But he goes back there. I'm sitting in the range and I'm kind of looking at stuff in the shop, and he finds me and he's like, hey, you ready to go? I'm thinking I'm on 50 pounds. I draw the bow back. I shoot. Everything's fine. I leave. I'm happy. I spent $350 or something. How I spent that much, I don't know, because all I did was buy arrows, field points, had the bow set up, and they built the arrows. Should not have been that much money, right? I know I was overcharged. Well, as time goes on, I'm starting to get better at shooting and I'm stacking arrows, and I'm like, all right, it's deer season. Let's go. I went an entire deer season with a 40-pound bow, 325 grain arrows, and 2.3 cutting diameter Rage broadheads. Thinking I'm going to kill something, right? So I go through that season, and now I'm confident. Now I'm like, all right, I can hit the broadside of a barn. I'm good. Whatever. I didn't kill anything. Thankfully, that year I missed, actually. And I did some tinkering. I did switch between, you know, the Rages and some fixed blades and whatnot, but it's also the year I saw the biggest deer of my life. So imagine how that would have gone, right?
Oh no.
Dude, 160-inch buck on public in Georgia. Good luck finding that. That was God being like, hey man, one day, but not today, you know?
Welcome to the sport.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is what you're out here for. And so this is where it all starts really going downhill. I now know what a bow scale is. I know what arrow weight is. I've been doing my research. I buy an arrow scale and a bow scale, draw the bow back thinking it's going to be 50 pounds. It's 40 pounds. And I was so pissed because I'm like, you're telling me you sent me out in the woods with this? Like, I was hunting with this. I go up there and I talked to the guy. I was like, dude, why'd you do that? I was like, why didn't you tell me? And he was like, oh man, well, you know, I didn't want to give you too much weight. I'm like, that's perfectly fine, but you could have at least told me. I'm thinking I'm shooting 50 pounds. Right. And then, not only to add to the fact, my arrows are at least 100 grains lighter than what they need to be. So
Right.
what are we doing here? And I didn't go back for 2 years. And then I did all my bow work myself, like literally set the bow up myself, built my own arrows with a little pipe cutter. I'd hand fletch the arrows. Dude,
He would pipe cutter on the and then cutting his arrows and then fletching them, like putting them on by hand.
I
Hey,
spent,
That's great though, man.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
bro, I spent hours. And I finally got to the point where I'm like, this is taking too long. Or maybe I needed to do something with the bow. And I'm like, I can't do this because I don't have a press or anything.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the guy's gone. Unfortunately, he's still a bow tech in a different city. But
Yeah.
turns out, and I don't know if I can legally can say this, it's been a few years, so I'm sure I can. He was actually stealing from the shop. He was stealing like 50 grand worth of
Wow.
stuff every year and selling it on Facebook Market and pocketing all of
Huh.
that. So it, I say all of that basically to say like it's very difficult to find a good bow shop. I'm glad
Mhm.
you guys are one. And
Oh yeah.
it's extremely important for people to be able to trust their bow techs, because what I went through, I don't want anyone to go through. And I know people that are trying to become bow techs. Kevin, you know of who I'm talking about. I'll say the name after this, but they don't know what they're doing. And there's things they've done that I'm like, you're going to ruin the sport. And
Yeah.
so it's just, I know I went on a rant there. I'm sorry. It's still kind of sore.
Well,
But
that's like I'm bringing Case into this right now. He's going to be helping us out on Saturdays a little bit. So far, it's been pretty much approved. But I'm just teaching him how to tie a D loop and how to tie a peep,
yeah,
and also little stuff on a bow like put a rest on. This is where center shot is. This is where the bubble should sit. This is all. He did a sight the other day. I'm like, that sight does not come out of that vise until you have first, second, third axis done on it.
yeah,
It doesn't, and it's we've set standards. Excuse me. We've set standards here at Second Amendment. All the bow techs have. The four of us that are here right now, we have a set standard that this is how we put out our product, and we're not going to let it slide any other way than that.
yeah. And
And
that's what
now
you need
we
to do.
have to transfer that to him. And of course, for a little while, nothing's going to leave this shop that he touches without me looking at it.
Well, yeah, of course.
So
Because
and it's
But see
just
that's the beauty of it, Kevin, is Case is new to this as far as working on bows. So he's not going to come in with any type of like, you know, predispositions or anything on how to do stuff. Like how you guys teach him is the way he's going to know.
well, the good thing is he's a shooter.
Exactly.
He
That helps.
knows the parts of the bow. He knows he's not a stranger to this mechanical piece in front of him.
Yeah.
He knows he shoots. He understands what happens when you hit the release and this thing goes.
Yeah.
Now let's break it down into pieces and make it technical,
Yeah. Can you do me a favor? When he sets up his first AX90 and has to shoot it and make sure everything is good,
Yeah.
can you take a video and send it to me?
I already have videos of him shooting a 90.
Oh,
The
really?
first one that came in the shop.
Oh, dude,
I
how'd that
gotta
go?
be the first one to shoot it, dude. Like you need to have your lunch pack on that first draw, but after you get a feel for it, dude, it's nothing. Like it
Really?
feels just a little bit more than 70. It holds extremely well for a 90-pound bow, but man, just breaking those cams over, you need to
Yeah.
have your lunch pack, man. Like
I'm gonna get with John up at the local shop and see if they have any in stock because I want to shoot one so freaking bad. Just to say, like, oh, well, I can shoot the same bow Cam Haynes does. Like,
We just sold one today.
yeah.
yeah,
I got two more coming in, and Thomas is shooting one. So
yeah. How's Thomas doing, man?
He's doing good. He's doing good. He was unfortunately absent for TAC. He wanted to go with us, but just couldn't make it.
Yeah.
But he was actually going to bring his AX90 and shoot it. He had it all dialed in.
Ah, dude, that would have been so. You know what you guys need to do? Seriously, I know it's kind of a drive, but hopefully you can do it. July 11th is our bow
Yeah.
shoot. If y'all can make it, you're more than welcome to come out because
How'd you make it out with DNR and all that? Did you have to relocate or?
no, yeah. So we I'm actually glad you brought this up because I forgot to talk about it in the I can hear my kid and dog running upstairs. That's concerning. They'll be fine. Yeah, no, I talked with Thomas at DNR and we are good to go as far as the paperwork and stuff. I still have to hear back from insurance. I called them on Tuesday and got that ball rolling. I haven't got an email yet, but it sounds like everything's going to be pretty much affordable. So if I don't hear anything by probably tomorrow, I'm going to call them back and say, hey, how'd the underwriting go? Um, and sort of solidify that and get that ball rolling and pretty much secure it if I can. But as
Yeah.
far as it happening, seems like everything's going to work out. So
All right.
we
We'll see what our schedule looks like.
yeah. I mean, if you guys, I know it's kind of a drive, so like if y'all can't make it, I totally understand. But
Dude, we're going to Bowfest. So I mean,
well, yeah, but that's
that's
Bowfest, not
that's gonna be a heck of a drive. So maybe it'll
yeah.
be a good warm up for us.
Yeah, I mean it's a couple weeks before, so
Yeah.
you who knows, you guys might even win some stuff, because I just got confirmed Osteo is part of the giveaway now. We're giving
Dude,
away that bear bow.
I
So
would I would tell you to pass it on, brother. Because I mean, I don't need more stuff. And
well, I get that, but
I would rather see someone that's out there shooting that is, a regular blue collar working class person
yeah.
just get the bow and be happier than all
Well,
get out.
I'll say this. If you guys do end up coming, let me know how many of y'all there's gonna be. Let me know your shirt sizes, and I'll get some shirts for you guys at the very least.
Okay.
I would want you guys to leave with something, right?
Well, we won't come empty handed. You know that.
I know, but
We're like,
I owe you for what you gave to us. So one of these days, whether it's the bow shoot in July or attack next year, whatever, y'all got some stuff coming your way. Okay.
we all help each other out, man. That's what it is to be in this archery community.
Yeah.
One hand washes the other. We help each other out. Swag here, swag there, rep somebody else's stuff because that it helps them out, helps
Yeah.
us out, helps you guys out. I mean, it's all and you never know. Every now and then you get that one really good TikTok that goes viral with they're like, "Oh my God, can you believe he's wearing that?" And so you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I just always say it's in God's hands,
Yep,
that sort of stuff, man.
absolutely.
He's got a plan for it and we're just along for the ride. But boys, I appreciate y'all coming on. Kevin, I know you've got some stuff you got to get to, and my kid and Pug are freaking running each other around tables up there. I bet. Hopefully she didn't fall off the couch. But anyway, before we wrap up, why don't you guys tell everybody where they can find you and how they can help support Second Amendment?
Well, we are Second Amendment Outdoors in Corinth, Mississippi, right on Highway 72, cuts across from Memphis to Iuka, right at the intersection where 45 north and south from Jackson, Tennessee, all the way down to Tupelo, Mississippi. We're a quarter mile off of that exit. We're a full service outdoor store. We are not just an archery shop. We are a full service gun dealer, gunsmithing, outdoor area for outdoor living, camping, gun safes, fishing, apparel. I mean, and we even have a ladies' boutique up in the corner for the women. It's crazy, man. We are two 100 by 100 buildings that we have completely blown open, so open that we had to build another 80 by 100 behind it.
Oh wow.
So it is amazing. We are here to help out anybody that comes in. If you get asked 17 times in the building if someone can help you, there's something wrong because you should have been asked 20. There's so many people. We have so many people employed here in each area that, I mean, we've actually had a bad Google review because the lady got asked too many times, "Can I help you?"
That's funny. That's great customer service.
But
That's a good problem to have.
we have people there at every area that's been in that area, that knows that area. And if they don't, they're not afraid to be like, "Hang on 1 second, let me go get you somebody."
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. That's so rare. So I love it. Yeah, thank you guys for everything.
Well,
Seriously.
thanks for the invite.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, man. And we'll do another one later in the year. We'll do a little deep dive on the shop life.
Yeah.
But I guess
Well, okay. This is case at 0. Just started.
Oh yeah.
Now, a little way down the road, we're going to be seeing case jaded by the shop life. And we'll
I can't wait
have
for that.
questions
I can't wait
about
for
it. How's that?
that.
Huh?
I cannot wait for that. Awesome. And like I said, thank you guys for coming on. It's a great episode, great time with y'all at TAC. I cannot wait for next year. Hopefully you can make it to the shoot. Like I said, if you can't, it's no big deal. But everybody remember, Christ is King. Go read your Bible and go shoot your bow.